I just made sure they knew that they were loved, and there's nothing to be whakama, to be ashamed about, and just showing up for them and just letting them know, no matter what, I'm here, I love you, and I never want the worst thing to happen to you.
Yeah.
I will always be there for you. You can rely on me.
You just need someone to go, hey, like you did. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
No judgment. Don't be ashamed. Don't be whakama.
Because you want to go in there, you know.
All guns blazing.
Thinking you can save the world or whatever it is. But then there's a part of you that knows that's probably not going to put them in the best situation. How can I help you if I can't just come in and save you? And I think the biggest thing is what you said too, is no judgment.
Yeah.
And you build that trust with them. And for me, it was showing up for them every day, whether it was, I'm going to get a coffee, I'll bring you one. And it's just, you know, or let's go for a walk. And you don't even have to have any conversations about that, but it's just being that friend or being that support for them, even if it's walking in silence. You know, they know that you're there by their side, and eventually you work up that trust and they feel that aroha, that then they know, okay, there is no judgment here.
It's the hardest thing, I think, to just listen.
Yeah.
Not pass judgment. You should just leave.
Yeah. There obviously are so many barriers that prevent people from leaving these situations. So that's why when I was like, I want to go in there, I want to save them, but it's like, you can't do that, and they obviously can't quite do that for themselves yet.
I think in my case in particular, the barriers that came up for me were I was in a country all by myself. I didn't have any friends or whānau. Having kids was another barrier. Do I walk away? Do I leave? Being a failure.
Yeah.
Failing a relationship, failing my children, and then financially, where was I going to go? But then looking at my son and looking at him and going, I don't ever want you to think that this is how a man is supposed to treat a woman. And this is not how a man loves. And then looking at my daughter going, I don't ever want her to feel like that. This is what love is. I'm so glad that I made that decision to take that phone call from my friend. I'm so glad that me and my kids got to have a better life.
So I've started the conversation just by listening, just being a friend and them talking and just listening to what they have to say. And then slowly planting the seed and being like, hey, maybe this isn't appropriate behavior. Saying, hey, is everything okay with your relationship? Asking, is everything okay? I think is a real simple but very powerful question. For me, it was more fear of speaking up, fear that I would offend or upset my friend.
There were a lot of cultural sensitivities around speaking up because the background that I come from and the person that came from the similar or even more conservative background, it started off with, how do you feel about it? One of the things was financial dependence. They didn't have access to any money. My first thought was, but you are working and you're earning, so it's your money, right? Don't you feel like spending on what you want to spend it on? So that was my initial starter.
Yeah.
Just some more probing questions. I just want to emphasize, it's very important for us to be observant, vigilant, aware of people that you are around, and gather a little bit courage to have that conversation or to take an effort.
It's also about you on the inside as well, and about, can I sit here and watch my friend suffer in a situation? I think often in domestic violence we think of a man against a woman, right? And so to be a man who's viewed typically as the perpetrator of the violence, it's an interesting place to be, to have these conversations. But I'm very lucky because I'm in a different community, in the rainbow community. So whereas out of sort of men-men relationships, lady-lady relationships, so that's kind of all thrown out of the window.
But I've noticed this in my friends, like male friends, they don't want to talk. They just want to have, like, joke around, have fun. They want to talk on light topics. As soon as you start talking about something serious, they are like,
Yeah.
No.
They don't want to deal with their problems,
Don't
right?
talk to me about that, you know. There's that thing about men don't cry and all of those
Yeah.
things, you know. There's this saying in Hindi, "Mard ko dard nahi hota." That means men don't feel pain. Yeah, I think everyone feels pain, and we should just acknowledge it
100%.
and talk about it more. I think crying should be considered a sign of strength.
I 100% agree.
So I had just told my best friend, she contacted my sister straight away. I was actually really angry and I didn't understand why at the time I was angry. Even though this doesn't make sense, I felt like I was betrayed. But she did it because my safety was on the line. I was in such a bad headspace because I was in fear.
Yeah.
Looking back now, I'm just like, that's what a true best friend does.
That's the best thing
that
she
was
could have
like
done.
the best thing she ever did for me. When I talked to her now, she was like, bro, I was willing to put our friendship online for your safety. And just
Aw.
like hearing that, I'm just like, oh man. Me and my sister are very close. She said that, she was like, bro, I was wanting to go to war for you.
Oh.
Oh, bro. I was gonna fight for you because I knew you didn't want to fight for yourself. Oh,
That makes me emotional because I've got a best friend that I would do that for. Being safe is the most important part. Sharing your story, that's brave. It could take weeks for me to simply be able to comfortably ask them, are you okay? And it all just circles back to just creating safe spaces and building relationships with that person. Feeling shame, feeling vulnerable, feeling scared, those things are a whole lot better when your relationship with the person you're experiencing that with is
hi.
a whole lot better.
And the key word is safe.
Safe.